The sky is bright and the dawn has come here on the farmstead, and you are watching some amazing minor league esports action brought to you by APM Music, your content turned up. I am Kendo Slice, and along with me today is going to be Novanta. We're going to see him in just a second, my guys, but yeah, there he is. Look at it.
Hey, what's going on, Kendo?
Guys, we have an amazing day of awesome Rocket League action for you. Minor League Esports live on your screen once again. And it is a beautiful, beautiful dawn within our wonderful map today. Probably one of my favorite maps, Novanta, is that farmstead.
Yeah, it's my favorite map in the entire game. I'm terrible here, but I love it oh so much. And we're starting everything off with Premier League level action. That is like the best of the best of the best. I'm so glad I was invited for it today.
Absolutely, my friend. And as I'm looking here, the Hurricanes coming in with a 19-11 record, 4-2 on their series. And if you're looking at salaries, this is a team that is really quite possibly the best of the best within Premier League. A lot of these guys tend to float around that 2,000 MMR range. Granted, you know, everybody's still kind of getting their MMR back up there.
Sure. The Hurricanes have depth. The team is stacked from top to bottom, and even though they're ranked 6th, they might well be ranked first in any other league in the planet. This team is stacked, and it's about time they show the world they should be considered in the playoffs.
The Foxes, of course, will be the challenger, 12-18, 2-4, so kind of an inverse record compared to the Hurricanes. They will be fielding Kilt and Egwene Fabuleux. They are going to... Oh, man. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a bit of international flavor there. Kill coming from the United Kingdom and Iggy over there from Canada. Let's see what works out for them today.
As we are underway already, my friends. And right off the bat, the Foxes are going to be on the back foot. Dog looking for the back pass, and the fluidity in the rotation going to be what I'm looking for in this first minute, because both of these teams, they're very apt to control. The Foxes are going to be a little more conservative. Test Gravity, though, mechanically gifted. This is a guy you're going to see on the bubble scene in a regular.
I love the fact the Hurricanes are starting to fill themselves out a little bit of passing play, and guess what? It's bearing fruit right off the bat, right?
Yes, it is, my friend, and this is Test Gravity. Stays on a loose ball. Egwene doesn't get there in time, and Dog just throwing it at the net. Kilt a little too far forward. Thought Egwene had the challenge, and that's just the quick nature of twos coming back to bite him. So, face-off number 2. 45 seconds gone by. Here's Test. Immediate shot on Egwene. It'll be an easy save of Demo coming out, and Kilt has free reign of that net.
You hit first, I hit back. This play was amazing. Kill was eyeing it from the way down. His vision has been top-notch all season, and it's paid off for dividends right here. We're level 1-1.
A quick start for both of these teams. Not even a minute gone by. Both have scored a goal, and they are exuding their will upon the ball at this point. Test will get knocked off by Kilt, and that's another aspect of this game, which will be very interesting. The Foxes are showing themselves true to that, the physicality.
You're talking about making things look easy. Egwene goes up and has a little bit of a juggle action in the air. You know what? For Flair's sake, but the goal's a goal. 2-1. We have ourselves a contest.
Here we go again. 3 goals in just a minute. Foxes getting the better on the scoreboard, looking for more, and it's going to be back the other way. Test has an open net, is going to put it off the backboard. Egwene with the keep is going to push it high. Test, can he capitalize upon it? Not quite, but it's still a dangerous ball, and the Hurricanes are going to have priority here.
Yeah, both teams have proven they can score very well, but now it's about the defense. You don't want to get yourself into a slugfest so early in the series. If you're the Hurricanes, time to batten down the hatches and make sure you can capitalize on the mistakes in the Foxes' attack.
Oh, here's Test coming up. It gets it just over. It's going to be dropping in the box and going for the cheeky bump play there. Would have taken Kilt completely off the defensive possession. Again, both of these teams, they're playing very back and forth as far as throwing different mindsets at each other, and that is something you love. I mean, it's like we have a prize fight on our hands, Nova.
Oh, of course. You knew that going into this contest. Both teams are pretty much similar on the standings. The Hurricanes were 6th and the Foxes were 8th. But what we're getting here is them trying all the different tricks in the book and finding that their opponent has the answer.
Here's Iggy. Going to bring it into the corner, loses control, and Test is just going to see it out. Very dangerous. This Test gravity in the air will miss out on the touch. And it is a quick clear back. Kilt gonna wish he kept control of that one. Goes for the extra touch on this one. Dog just staying pure. This is gonna be a ball floating towards the box, but Iggy does get back in time to keep it away. Priority to the Hurricanes. This ball floating high in the danger zone. Kilt just getting up and over. A miss by Test Gravity. They don't have the boost to capitalize upon it. And the Hurricanes can breathe a sigh of relief, but only for a moment.
Yeah, there was a bit of a mental error on both sides. I was kind of confused about Kilt's attempt to go up there when he had the chance to, but luckily nothing has come resulted for a goal. But I'm still looking at the Foxes here, man. These guys are understanding what their opponents are doing, and they're responding in kind. And the longer this goes on and the way this match is going, I have to give the edge to the Silver team.
Silver Foxes.
Yeah, you got it.
Feels a little interesting right there, considering most of them are not as old as the caster that you are speaking to. We do have Deuces Wild, though, and this coming off a great back pass. Test Gravity finds Dog out in the mid, and they just eke the Foxes' defenses out enough to find the smallest of margins there. The margin for error was very, very precise.
Yeah, it's for MLE After Dark. But you know what? It's a game of inches here, especially the Premier League, and you can't leave your opponent an opportunity that far and wide. And now we're level once again.
Well, that's going to poke this towards the back board, and this will end up being a no-touch. Just sent back by the Foxes again. A little bit of lack of control here. And the Hurricanes. Test Gravity and Dog pick up on it. Quick 1-2 volley into the offensive zone. Dog. Eye off the backboard. This will be open for Test Gravity. Shot on. He scores with a little bit of a knuckleball. Fall corner.
He fooled everybody, especially this caster here in the booth. Test Gravity goes cross country and no one saw it. I thought it would be too wide, but just enough to get inside the pocket. 3-2 Hurricanes.
No, it wasn't too wide. It was 3 wide, my friend. And now, the 1-goal lead for the Hurricanes. A minute left. The Foxes are going to be in a very tough spot because the Hurricanes seem to be getting the better of them in time of possession. We'll see how Kilt deals with this circumstance as they are having problems getting through the mid there. Dog by Iggy. Dog with a chance to put this in. Does so well, and now they're up 2 with just over 30.
Hey, look, it's not pretty, but that's the closest thing you're going to get in this sport to insurance goals. A little more than 30 seconds to go, and no one ever suspects the Dog. Here's a score for him.
Well, that's rough, if you ask me, my friend, for the Foxes going into this game. I guarantee they start the game off 2-1. They are thinking that they have a slight advantage, but the Hurricanes come back with vengeance. They escalate themselves quickly, and before you know it, they're a Category 4.
I like what you're doing here, man. I was like, wow, I gotta step up my Storm game here. But 13 seconds to go. I'm sure we're gonna get any closer for the Foxes in Game 1.
This is where I make a really bad offbeat Ken Trina joke, but we leave that alone. As Test Gravity won for the road, the Hurricanes are going to make a statement here in Game 1. 4 unanswered goals.
One for the road, yeah. Try multiple ones. Now you're just showing off there. The Hurricanes are loose, and that could be trouble if you're the Foxes right now. They take Game 1.
Really good stuff out of the Hurricanes here in game number 1. They stayed true to what they were trying to do in this game, and I feel like that is the most important thing. They were down 1. They did not panic. They stuck to the game plan. And whereas when you're down, you have a tendency to just, you can play a little pitch and catch in the offensive zone. Dump and chase. I got to be a little bit faster. I got to get everything going. That can lead to mistakes. The Hurricanes did the exact opposite of that. They made sure they stayed with their presence on the ball, and they took advantage of the Foxes not doing that.
You talk about having a game plan and changing the game plan or adapting the game plan. Here's what adaptation looks like. You had the Hurricanes making sure their passes are complete in the field, but they weren't really quite going their way. They were a goal down. They didn't abandon what they were doing. They were finding ways to give themselves space on defense to keep the pass plays going, and that bared fruit for them. Easy.
Dog, I expected Test Gravity to come in very strong. Dog, also no slouch whatsoever. Man's best friend and on the ball for Test Gravity in this game number 1. We'll see how game number 2 works out, though, because the Foxes are going to be looking to make adjustments. And that shot total, 12-5, you know they're going to want a little bit more offensive presence going into this.
We all know defense wins games. If you can't score, if you can't win, if you can't score. And that's the difference so far.
Well, game number 2, the countdown is on. Face-off number 1 within. We are back underway. Kilt, the dunk right off the bat. The Foxes have this ball in a good spot, but Dog will be up early. Good 50-50 win here by Test Gravity. Kilt, though, off the bar. Iggy, can he finish it? Shot on. It is a goal for the Foxes. They score first blood.
Don't hang your head, Fox supporters. There's a shot that made you go, nah, but Iggy came around the back and says, you know what? That's why I'm the heavy. First goal of the second game.
And I'm all out of Team Fortress 2 references, my friend, so we will move on from that one. For that first goal, once again, these two teams wasting no time to put some offense on the board. See if the Hurricanes do have a quick answer, though. They came with some fire early. Did both of these squads. And Hurricanes struggling to get this ball out of their own zone. It will be Test Gravity winning an unusual 50-50, and Dog will take advantage to get this in the offensive zone. Does Dog have another touch? Could have been a very critical one. Mistouch here by Kilt. Can Gravity get on it? He can, but Dog on the retreat. Not able to take advantage of that. The Hurricanes will maintain control into the offensive zone.
Yeah, frustration might be setting in for the Hurricanes right there, but they got to keep focused. They have the Foxes stretched wide. All they have to do is have their shots more on goal to give them that much more of an opportunity. I wouldn't get tilted if I'm Kilted.
I like what you're saying, my friend. Now we have a thing going on. I see what you're doing, although I question the reference. There might be kids listening. Folks, keep in mind. We try to keep things as censored as we possibly can here. Did you happen to know, though, we do have a sponsor very dear to my heart. That is Balls Guarana. And I may or may not have already finished my Balls Guarana, so you might have to do the plug for them later, my friend.
It'd be an honor and pleasure, good sir.
Oh, my goodness. We are having fun here, and I hope you are too. A good old down-home country Rocket League, and we are 2 minutes in now to game number 2. So far, the Foxes staying solid. There is definitely a disparity in the speed of play. The Hurricanes, they want to keep the pace up. The Foxes very clearly would like to slow down this ball, and I'm not sure it's necessarily because they're in the lead. I feel like they're a little more comfortable with that slow pace.
Yeah, you definitely hit the nail on the head. You know, sometimes when you are feeling yourself and you're confident, pace becomes a part of that. And it's not necessarily the fastest or slower, just making sure you're more in sync with your partner to show off or pop off, as the children say.
Reached the halftime point. Very sneaky the Foxes have been. Another shot on net, but not necessarily dangerous. And with 6 shots, this one will be dangerous, though. Iggy able to put it in off of this great touch.
It wasn't the right clear, but Kilt got a hand in there, a fender in there, and just leave the lane open for Iggy, and you're not going to miss that shot. Not at this level. This is Premier League ball.
I might be watching too much of certain animation from Japan that involves volleyball, but twos in Rocket League, as Iggy's going to put this one in, reminds me a lot of the blocking within volleyball. If you're able to get a solid 50-50, it's very crucial to both your offense and your defense. You just have to be able to read the play before your opponent, and the Foxes are doing such a good job as they win another one off that kickoff.
Yeah, the thing about Rocket League is, yeah, it's car ball, it's car soccer, but it's so many sports rolled into one. And the concentration of baseball, the hard-hitting nature of boxing, and volleyball, to your point, just shows you how beautiful this game is.
Here is Test Gravity looking for a dribble, going back to his wheelhouse. But will lose it. Dog not able to get enough affluence on it, and Iggy now has a Hattie, my friend. +1.
I'm starting to wonder if it was a whole rope-a-dope thing by the Foxes, because it's almost like day and night when it comes to game 2 for them. 4-0.
That's very impressive to see what the Foxes are doing right now, and can they continue? Is it a sustainable thing? These are all questions we will answer as we go throughout the series, but right now they are cruising, and the Hurricanes seem stymied. Almost like they're trying to go over a mountain range. You know that won't work very well because, no tropical winds. Here is a quick touch, though. Test Gravity not able to get there in time. All you needed to do is center it, Test. And Dog could have finished that one off. Instead, they will look to keep this centric in the box. Iggy again to put the ball away. 75 seconds left. The Hurricanes can find some solace here and maybe even give the Foxes a run for their money, but they are definitely looking to be on the losing end of this one.
Yeah, that's one of the things that get into your head. You go, hey, look, the first game was in all of our direction. The second game is not going that well. You get to be a little bit more frazzled on the back heel more in defense. And those easy passing plays you mentioned tend to break down because you want to be a hero. You want to get on the board. You don't want to get shut out. You don't want to be the GOAT or the reason why your team is hanging your head, right?
Yeah, and the GOAT, we're talking about the scapegoat, not quite the greatest of all time acronym that we are used to. Just want to explain that as Test Gravity's going to get this most of the way down, but Iggy, once again, able to get through so many people and keep that ball out of harm's way. And I have to focus on the shots here as we have 20 seconds left in this game. 11-2 right now. 11-2, and we see finally one come in for the Hurricanes. They will get a little bit of solace here, but it's just been oof.
Yeah, when you've been outclassed on both sides of the pitch, the thing you can take away from game 2 is you broke a clean sheet, then fine, regroup for game 3. That's the plan.
Well, here we go again off the kickoff. Test Gravity. He is a mechanical genius and not able to get it by Iggy. Had a great save there. And folks, if you got your clippers, that one might be worth a clip. That save was huge for the Foxes. Granted, it didn't matter much in the scope of this game, but it's very, very difficult to stop a Test Gravity air dribble, as we see right here. Almost cleared out Iggy. Foxes are going to win 4-1. They make a statement right on back that they are undaunted by what the Hurricanes can put on.
Yeah, the most telling thing was actually the last part of that game, that 0-second goal attempt. I'm starting to think the Hurricanes a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed in their play, especially coming off such a strong game 1. Game 3 might be the linchpin, might be the decider to see who actually walks away with the series.
It may indeed, my friend, and we will see how everything works out. But the Hurricanes, whereas it seemed the Foxes had very little priority. They weren't staying with a lot of the quick plays. They weren't staying with a lot of the presence the Hurricanes were bringing. They flipped the script here. The Foxes were the ones in charge. It wasn't necessarily with unanimous amounts of speed. It was with just staying behind their challenges and keeping things going throughout. That ended up being the major difference between the Foxes and the Hurricanes here. It just goes to show you, yes, you can be as fast as you want, but if you're not with the ball that you're challenging, people are going to beat you more often.
True. And that just goes to the credit for someone like Kilt. I've seen him in the season. He's been the guy on top. But in this particular game, in this particular series, he's willing to drop back. He's willing to set up the defensive plays on the other end of the pitch. A total Swiss Army knife for the Foxes, and it's helping them out right now.
Another thing worth mentioning, my friend, they draw even in the shot output for the series. So anything you can do, I can do better. The mentality of these two teams going into game number 3, and we will see who gets the early rub game here as Test Gravity looking to really test fate as that ball was on the goal line for a solid second and a half.
Wasn't the best clear, but it got the job done. A little bit of physicality there on the defense for the Hurricanes.
Here's Dog, up and over. There'll be a ball down. Dog will get it to the corner. And Test demoed for his efforts. Can we get a quick response? Iggy, shot towards the net. It's going to be off the backboard. Finish not there. As Kilt will decide to retreat, and Dog, the quick clear out. The Foxes have an opportunity to control this through. Can we get a long clear? No, not quite. Goes for the ground pinch instead, and I like the decision there. But we will see a neutral ball, and the Hurricanes bringing it back.
Yeah, I do like the fact that the Foxes have been completely adaptable in their offense and defense. But again, that has to give credit to Kilt there, being able to be the guy in the corners and in the sky to give the Foxes more opportunity on their counters.
Here is a shot towards the net. Test Gravity able to get there in time. I'd like to see a little more unity in the rotation for the Hurricanes right now. They are doing a lot of solo efforting. We're seeing Test Gravity going in, and we have seen a couple of passes just like that one. Dog not able to receive it the way we would like. But it hasn't been as much of a team effort as we saw in game number one. Game number one, they were peaking. They were showing off some great team plays. We saw back passes. We saw so many things that continued to develop the control that the Hurricanes had on the ball. We haven't seen that yet. I want to see more of it.
Absolutely. The great American philosopher Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan to get punched in the mouth. And that's what happened in game two. That's what's happening right now. The Foxes have figured out the Hurricanes. And if the Hurricanes are not careful, this series can run away with them. This right here is a goal that should have been stuffed 10 ways from Sunday, and it wasn't.
And just remember, if they don't hear you, never mind. We continue. We continue forward, my friend, as it is the Foxes again with first blood. All three games have gone the way of the Foxes early. And we'll see if the Hurricanes try to alter the momentum here, because they are no longer offshore. They are very firmly planted on dry land, and they have basically put themselves into a tropical depression at this point.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
We do have 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Test Gravity just off on the shot. It will be a cross for Dog. Dog, no boost. Is going to miss the boost in the mid as well. Test Gravity, very rough spot. Kills across to Iggy, but it will not go through. Test Gravity staying with that the entire way. Even if the shot came on, I'm pretty sure Test had it.
You know what? I can't knock the Foxes for their play linking up with each other in front of goal. It just didn't go their way.
See how things continue here. Iggy getting around this ball. Demoed for the effort as Test Gravity will leave it for Dog. Dog as Test towards the mid, and then there's a team bump right there as everything's going to slow down. Big team bump right there. Dog is going to be able to get the goal here.
This was kind of a bit of a play to force an error on the Foxes side. Kill tried to clear it, but he didn't quite, because he got bumped for his efforts, and Dog is there to clean up the mess. We're level. 9 seconds to go.
So, minute and a half. 1-1. This might be our most even game yet. As we look, it's just a one-shot disparity between these two teams. On the shot count, Test Gravity up very early. And we're starting to see that Fox's physicality come out again. Back foot for Kilt. Dog will not come up very quickly, though. And once again, the Hurricanes not moving as a unit. That could have been a very dangerous situation for Kilt. Last man back, backward in his defense, trying to catch the ball, really slowing the ball down in the box. If Dog comes in full barrel, you have yourself a very quality opportunity if you're a Hurricane.
Ooh. Could have been. It should have been. Those are the kind of plays you'll look back on tape and review and say, what were we thinking there? Well, there's a score right there. That could be the decider. It's late into game three. Iggy with the rollover, the slow roll. Foxes are up 2-1.
And this is just reading the situation. Iggy stays low, Dog goes high. And the 50-50 is a win for the Foxes. Still 40 seconds on the clock, and the Hurricanes off the kickoff. We might see Dog straight towards the net, but Kilt will keep it away for now. This is straight in the middle for Test Gravity, who will tie us up at 2.
Tit for tat. Here's a little ball on the right side. It was like probably nothing to make of it, but just a couple of perfect storm, if you will. Give Test Gravity a shot on goal. 2-2.
We've seen a little bit of everything here, and now it's Deuces Wild. 30 seconds to go. The Foxes looking to reel it back in once again. The Hurricanes looking to break it open. Test Gravity cannot get over Iggy, and once again, they're struggling to get out of their own zone. Dog gets by one, but loose ball. It seems like a plague for the boys in green at the moment. Kilt a long ball. Test Gravity back foot will just take it to the side. This game clandestine for a 2-letter. And no, it's not an acronym. Abbreviation. There we go. Overtime. There we go.
Got it. OT is happening right now.
Yeah, OT.
Yeah, I got you. If I'm Dog, man, I gotta get a goal as quick as possible because the longer these exchanges go on, they tend to favor the Foxes more.
If you're Dog, you might also require a Scooby snack to do so, but that's what I'm talking about with the team plays. Dog to Test Gravity to finish this one off.
That's what the Hurricanes have to do. Show up, wreck land, and leave. They win this one in a very quick exchange in overtime. Shout out to the Hurricanes for this one.
That's why it's so important for this Hurricane squad to move up together, because when they are together, they're able to make team plays just like that. And Test Gravity apt to finish that one off. Great stuff from the boys in green. And now the Foxes will be the ones left to try to respond once again, as we will be going to game number 4. And Nova, this has been an incredible series so far. Lots of balance between the two teams, not necessarily in individual or in the series as a whole, because individual games have been lopsided at times. But this one right here, everything came together for both teams, and it was a melting pot of goodness on both sides.
True. For those of you who are maybe new to doubles or even new to MLE, what we saw here is what happens when you're in sync with your partner and opponent and when you're out of sync. The Hurricanes have figured it out. They said, hey, look, the first game we're doing things right. They stumbled a bit, probably had to refresh themselves in the comms and say, hey, bro, I see you, bro. And they are now back in sync once again. And it's paid off for them. Let's hope it pays off for them in the next game as well.
We will see how it goes, my friend. As game number 4, everyone slotting in, the Foxes, the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes, they're going to be looking for the first goal in this series, in my opinion. It's been the Foxes' domain this entire time. They get in fast, and Hurricanes could really break things open if they do score a first blood, and here's Test Gravity! Ball on the line still, Dog will go up, misses the touch altogether, and the Foxes can breathe a sigh of relief as they throw it back the other way.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those shots that make it go, gosh darn it, in the comms. It was close. It was close thing you can from scoring, but it didn't work out in his favor that time.
I loft her in the mid. Iggy, shot towards the net. Dog able to keep it just high for now. Kilt, shot down on Dog. Again, a quick recovery, and that's some incredible defense. Do they have the extra touch? Iggy up early will keep that ball away, and now this game has turned it up to 11. Finally, a mistake comes through, and Kilt scores first blood for the Foxes yet again.
Let's go back to the block that Kilt made. His cross shot drew both of the Hurricanes in the corner, and they could not catch up with a counterattack. That's why Kilt has been so valuable for the Foxes.
Only 45 seconds gone by again. I'm pretty sure every single goal, first blood, has been in the first minute for the Foxes. So it is very impressive to see that kind of consistency coming out of any team when you're able to impose your will upon the game the way that these Foxes have. Here is Test Gravity, though, coming in with a decent amount of speed. Kilt out of the corner. It's high for Iggy. Shot down. It's going to be barred down and out. But it is slowly played out by Test Gravity. Still very dangerous situation as Kilt looks for the 50-50, and the Foxes still have priority. Ball up for Dog. Dog, a weak touch. Kilt, high ball. Has a chance to get a second one. Does not hit at all. Iggy, wide open net. Hits it with the purse instead of the front of the car.
Man, that had me on the edge of my seat. That was almost a perfect exchange. Only thing missing is the goal.
My goodness, as the Foxes have had this ball in the offensive zone for about a minute now. Test Gravity gets a little doink, needs to stay with it, does so well. Might even get another touch here as Dog will put it down. Iggy keeps it to the side. The Hurricanes finally get a little semblance of offense back, and now they need to just keep the pressure on. Dog clears out the box. Test Gravity with the finish, and the Hurricanes tie it up.
I just love how someone just says, you know what, forget what we did before and after. It's all about me now. Test Gravity raining from the heavens like the god of thunder himself.
Yeah, I don't know my mythology enough to know if there's a Test Gravity / Zeus reference there. But I will say this, my friend. The Hurricanes, once again, undaunted behind. Just really love to see this team playing with an advantage because once they get going, they look unstoppable. Test Gravity, great goal here.
This exchange might as well be out of the Foxes playbook, having that tandem offense. Test Gravity, another one, 2-1 for the Hurricanes.
But now the Foxes are reeling. We have reached halftime in game number 4. We'll be back towards the middle. Kilt, wide open net, just needs a slap, and he does. And now we're deuces wild, my friend.
See, these are kind of the goals that make you listen a little bit more frustrated. Your last 2 goals for the Hurricanes were a little bit more fun, a little bit more majestic. But you get a counter that's so simple that makes you go, oh yeah, defense, dang, we're level once again.
2-2. And it's at 2:22, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite call in all of Rocket League. You gotta love it when you have crunch time and meme time all at the same time. It's the most feasible of 5 of a kind, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's in between time.
Exactly. Here is Kilt. Will defend this ball. Long touchdown by Test. And both of these teams, they are looking to pick up the pace, but the danger is for the Foxes, you cannot just slap that ball all the way down into the offensive zone without following it because so much has come from staying on the ball, and Test Gravity will do just that.
Talking about sticking with the play, Test Gravity decides to go for it himself with a bit of a tap action. 3-2 the Hurricanes.
Man, oh man, these guys have me just about out of breath, my friend. No, but I tell you what, it has been total non-stop action between the two of them, and now the Foxes are looking to answer. This is going to be an odd bounce. Dog, can he stay with it? Iggy will keep it to the side. Kilt up and around. It's going to be up for Iggy. He gets it through. Dog misses the save.
Every time the Hurricanes do a side relief, Kilt is there, the hatchet man, having the ball go the other way. You can't contain Kilt, you can't contain the Foxes. And another score right after the last one, we're 3-3, we're level again.
Off the kickoff, Test Gravity. Hurricanes have been dangerous off the kickoff. They seem to be winning the transition game more often than not. The Foxes a little bit slower to the transitions, but they have been more steadfast on the ball presence when they can stay behind it. They're just looking a little weak here in game number 4 as this ball high. Nobody able to get to it at the moment. Test Gravity misses the touch. Another miss by the Hurricanes may open up an opportunity, but Dog will stomp on that one. He's a good boy, and he's going to keep the ball out of the danger zone.
That's for sure, and I love the fact that if you're a fan of defensive plays, offensive tandem plays, some bit of freestyle, you got a lot of everything in the series. And what we're having now is a bit of an endurance contest that the Hurricanes are now ahead once again.
I feel like Kilt could have gotten back a little bit faster. No, not quite. Went for the boost all the way down on the other end, and Iggy was stuck with a 2-on-1, and Test Gravity is not someone you want to try to defend in a 2-on-1. He traps the ball against the bar, and that was a wide open net. Stevie Wonder could have finished that ball off. Dog more than capable of doing so. They have a 1-goal lead, 30 seconds left. Iggy's going to put it towards the mid. Kilt will power that one through. It will sky high. And the Hurricanes try to stay on top of this. Iggy around one. Kilt looming in the back area. It will be a bump, but it does not come to full demo. If it would have, I guarantee Kilt finishes that off. High lofter. Kilt is up. Test Gravity just gets on that ball. 3 seconds left. 2 in 1. Dog the clear. Oh, and I thought Kilt actually got that to the corner. If that would have skied high, that would have been some Rocket League moment.
Yeah, that would have been, this is a Rocket League moment. It didn't work out for them there, but what a contest. It was back and forth. It was actually a clinic about how you can make goals happen from most unique situations. Was it not, Kenda?
It was. And the Hurricanes showed that they do love the transition game. And the one thing you cannot do against this team is leave yourself in 2v1 circumstances. Kilt, a little bit long on that rotation. Test Gravity notices the 2v1, takes full advantage of it, takes to the sky, carries the ball, traps it off the top bar, and he created so much room. You eliminate a person when you do things like that. That's where twos become such an interesting dichotomy, Nova. The fact is, if you can take one person out of the match in a given circumstance, whether it be for 2 seconds, whether it be for 3 seconds, you can score a critical point at any given time. The Hurricanes gave us elementary 101 on that, and you got to love the effort they put in. They've won the series here, but MLE rules, we do a game 5. You know, it's for the stats.
Do for the gram and the stats. I think you hit the nail on the head. There is something cool about being able to drop back and creating space for yourself. But you do too much, and it's absolutely critical. Game 5 is going to tell us a lot about the Foxes and the Hurricanes' plans moving forward as we're in the thick of the MLE season.
And here is a first goal for the Hurricanes. We've been calling for it all evening. Test Gravity will finally deliver off the kickoff. And he does it with a great dunk. Wide open net, not able to get back in time. He's sporting that ESL Monthly Elite tag, my friend. That is a tough one to get. You can't get it anymore. That's the best part.
I don't got it.
So here we go once again. As Kilt, maybe a quick answer here. We'll go top post, and now Dog with the save. Another high lofter. Test Gravity does get under it, and this will be pushed out by the Hurricanes. Test looking to keep it in the offensive zone. Iggy takes to the sky, keeps it to the corner. Foxes kind of reeling still at the moment, as that is a miss by Kilt. Test Gravity, it'll be a long ball. Iggy just able to get it, but they're on the back foot right now. Dog not able to corral it, and it's another long clear. The Foxes struggling to keep the ball in the offensive zone.
You talk about the lack of confidence, especially on the losing end of a series. You couldn't tell which team was stronger on paper when the first couple of games had elapsed. But now the head's down, the body language has changed, give or take. So we're talking about rocket cars. But the idea is you can tell the Hurricanes are in the driver's seat.
Indeed, my friend, the Hurricanes are definitely in the driver's seat. And that is something a 1-goal lead can change the entire complexion of a series for. As Dog looking to stay behind this. Hurricanes would like to keep that lead on the board. They're doing a good job so far. Test loses the ball in the mid. Dog facing backwards. Now it's a 2v1. Kilt slaps the ball down and really needed to control it into the corner or control it somewhere. Instead, it's back the other way. And this doink by Test Gravity. Ugh.
Yeah, that first touch by Kilt was awfully costly. And Dog Test Gravity, you can't block one of those. It's a beeline to the goal. 2-0 Hurricanes.
Here we go again. Kickoff number 3 in game number 5. Kilt off of the kickoff shot on its Dog to keep the ball away for now. And Test Gravity get there in time. Just stays patient. Takes the ball off the nose of Kilt. Keeping good circumstances forward. And Dog will put the ball right back towards Test Gravity. I love how we were calling for a little bit more of a teamwork between Dog and Test Gravity. And now it just seems like everything they're doing as a unit. Not always perfectly in sync, but, you know, perfect synchronization. Oh, I struggled with that word, apparently. Perfect synchronization is a very hard thing to attain. Is Kilt getting up? Iggy was going for the physical play. Got a demo, got a bump on the net. Almost made it possible for Kilt to do something there. But the Foxes, they put in all that effort. They weren't able to pull anything off.
Yeah, you mentioned about the Hurricanes finally being synced when they feel like it. Sometimes they go out there and be flashy, you got to stunt for the boys. But when they work together, I mean, you get these goals that are just undefendable, and that's to their advantage. Here in Game 5, it's a victory lap for them. They're just having fun now.
Here's Kilt to the middle to Iggy. He back into the Hurricane zone. Test gravity there. Just maintaining solid control. Loses it, though, in the mid. Kilt gets around. Good defense by Dog, but not able to keep the ball away from Iggy, who's going to cut the lead in half.
Well, you can turn off the lights to the Party City after party because, you know, the Foxes are now on the board, too. This actual goal is pretty much critical for them as far as morale and their positioning on the charts because they can go back and say, look, even though the Hurricanes were out there popping off, we got to score a goal against them, maybe we're not as bad as some of our losses reflected today.
Here's Iggy through one. He's going to have an opportunity on net, and that is an angle in 3/4. The Foxes are alive, ladies and gentlemen.
You get one more. Iggy with a shot that somehow was a little bit difficult to hit, but it's easy work for him. Slide it on in there like a hot butter knife.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing quite like hot butter on the hot knife on butter. Which never mind.
Synchronization is
the word. Synchronization. I was about to make a Paula Deen reference of some sort, being that we were on Farmstead involving butter, but Kilt's just gonna shut me up completely with good Rocket League content.
You shut us both up because I was already singing the praises of the Hurricanes, and the Fox just scored 3 goals unanswered. Ain't no sass about that. That's good work.
Oh, Foxes 3. Hurricanes 2, minute 34 left on the clock. Still time for the Hurricanes to do something, but they've lost all presence on the ball here in the last minute. They're going to have to recover that. And the Foxes coming in with physical play. Shot on. It's Iggy just wide. Now Dog looking to carry this back. Grabs boost out of the side and will end up giving it up to Kilt. It comes back the other way. Still plenty of time for the Hurricanes, but they are going to have to show us something different here as the Foxes are on fire right now.
Yeah, we let the Foxes back into this game, and they responded in kind. Kilt to Iggy has been one of the more lethal combinations, and even though they didn't quite go their way, they're going to make a fight out of it, that's for sure.
Well, here is Kilt. Not able to get by Gravity on the back end of that play. Test Gravity doing it all himself defensively. Dog misses out on this one. The race is open net for Kilt due to a demo by Iggy in the midfield.
Talk about the vision of Kilt all you want this series, but I'm also looking at Iggy to get that demolition on point to give Kilt a shot on goal.
36 seconds left. Still a chance for the Hurricanes, but I feel like they need a kickoff goal. We've only seen one from them in recent memory. That wasn't what I was talking about, guys.
That ball was naughty. So here you have a shot. I mean, anyone would have dunked it down, but it's a little bit of pop over there. Over Test Gravity's car. 5-2. The Fox.
Well, here we go. Just 30 seconds left. Fox is well in control of this last game of the series. They're going to still lose the series, but the fact that you're able to bring back that 5th game gives you a little mite of solace and comforts you along the way, because every single stat, of course, does matter when it all comes down to the end of things. Of course, we play all 5 games. Why? Because playoff picture is a real thing. We try to get the law of averages for shots. We try to get everything all statistically put together. It's all in this fine little balance, and now the Foxes pouring it on. Who knows? That goal down the road may be the difference between the Foxes making a playoff run and not. And with the Foxes on the losing end of things here in the season, they're going to need a little bit of help towards the end of the season. As we have reached that halfway point, my friend, the Foxes will lose 2-3 in this series, but they go away with a solid win over the Hurricanes, who look to be one of the better teams within the Premier League.
You know, you made a good point about every game and every series counting. I mean, right now the Foxes were 8th going into the series, and that's still in that playoff picture. They took a couple games today. They have a lot to be proud of, but ultimately it was not for them. They tried their hardest, but it really was the Hurricanes' day right there. I mean, that I told you going in, their organization is pretty deep when it comes to players who can make things happen at this level. And this series was definitely an example of that. The Hurricanes win one in a hard-fought contest.
Well, my friend, I do want to talk really quick about one of our sponsors, and that is PowerA. You know, PowerA, they currently have the Fusion Pro controller for you to pick up. If you are looking for a brand new controller, one, Microsoft-style controllers, they have a little bit more of that accessibility plugging into the PC. So you can be on your console, your PC, doesn't matter. But why in the world would you want to spend $100 and something on an Xbox Elite controller when you can buy a PowerA Fusion Pro for a low price? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, PowerA.com. You want to check that out. I use the PowerA Enhanced controller. This thing's only $30. You can usually find it at GameStop. It's an amazing controller, has a couple of extra switch buttons that you can program on the back. It is the official broadcast controller of Kendo Slice, so you definitely want to. By the way, there's a giveaway usually, and those are PowerA controllers. If you don't want to buy one, at least stick around, watch, throw some raffle tickets in there. Who knows? You may walk away with a PowerA controller of your own. Find out how many points you have, exclamation point points, and then, if I remember right, it's exclamation point tickets and how many tickets you want to buy with said points. But y'all will figure that out down the road. Folks, we have just started the night off, and we are going to be right back with Master League action. It'll be the Sabres and the Blizzard. You don't want to go away. You're watching Minor League Esports.